Wake Up Wildcats. Today is Thursday, January 14th. I'm Sophia Caputo.
And I'm Scout Turner.
And we're here with a few announcements as we finish up this week.
Wildcats, today is the last day of cookies and cram right after school in the freshman campus library. Freshmen, if you need help studying for finals, make sure to stop by and get some help from an upperclassman.
Artwork is now being accepted for a poster contest to help promote a local youth summit. Check out the flyers on the front and back school entrances for more contest info. Selected artists will receive a check for $75. The deadline is January 26th.
Wildcats, AP testing is just around the corner. You can go to the Mount Si webpage to register now. Under the announcements section, click on Register Now, open for AP exams. The deadline to register is March 23rd.
January 15th through the 22nd is the last chance to purchase a yearbook, so if you haven't done so, you can take care of that in the finance window.
Tomorrow is the last day to bring clothes for the Connections Clothing Drive. If you are interested in passing out the clothes on the 16th, make sure to contact Emily Webb or McKenna Fedora for more information.
DECA had a great competition this past week. Congrats to Mike Olson, who placed 10th in Business Service Management, Noah Vaughn, who placed 5th in Quick Service Management, Kira Denny, who placed 8th in Hotel and Lodging, and Megan Ewing, who placed 1st in Advertising Campaign. These students will be advancing onto the State Career Development Conference on March 3rd. Congrats to everyone. All right, let's head into a few sports announcements for the rest of the week as well. Gymnastics has a meet here tonight at Mount Si at 7 against Skyline. Everyone make sure to come out and cheer on the girls. Tomorrow, basketball has another quad night at home. The girls play at 6:30 and the boys start at 8. It's an 80s workout theme. We hope to see everyone there.
My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I think very early on, I've just always been aware of race. I think, random stories that I was a little girl who really liked dolls, right? And then I always was very confused when I was younger and I wanted to get dolls about why none of the dolls looked like me.
When I got to the South, I was taken aback really, because at first blush, the first things you see, this was back in the 50s again, the late 50s, were water fountains at bus stations perhaps, with signs that said whites only, and then another water cooler or a drinking fountain around the corner that said Negroes only, and signs in front of restaurants that said no Negroes, whites only. And this was really kind of shocking. It was something that was just totally foreign.
It has been almost 50 years since Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. He did a lot to change how Americans treated each other and how they dealt with racial discrepancies. His movement is internationally recognized as one of the most significant protests of all time, and he is the youngest man to ever receive a Nobel Peace Prize. In his life, he accomplished so much to aid the African American community, as well as ensuring that all minority groups are fairly treated and represented. But today, many are wondering if his legacy is still respected, and if, as a society, we are doing enough to honor him and what he stood for, and if we are really achieving the goals that he set out to accomplish.
But in terms of what I've always found really persuasive and really compelling about Martin Luther King's speech and his writings, about his severe, fierce commitment to equality for all oppressed peoples.
Even though racism has disappeared within America in social terms, for example, it's socially unacceptable to call someone the N-word or use a racially motivated language to offend or hurt someone else. But that doesn't mean that it's absent within the system.
I think broadly speaking, the big takeaway from Martin Luther King's work is that we should always fight for equality for all people. That people of in terms of different ethnicities and races and genders should be involved in struggling for justice.
I do think we've come a long way, a really long way in many respects. You don't see what I saw as a young man in the late 50s, where it says whites only or Negroes only. All of that has passed over. But unfortunately, I think many of us still have people, all of us, whether you're black or white or whether you're Muslim or Christian, we have built into us these stereotypes or fears within ourselves that others are different. And that's very hard to get rid of.
Even if you are somebody, whether that's income, gender, able-bodied privilege, and or racial privilege, you should always look to who doesn't, who is without, and join in solidarity for their struggles for greater equality.
King's legacy is still relevant today, both in the direct issues that he fought for and for modern minority groups. The gender pay gap is the smallest it's ever been, but women are still only getting paid 79 cents for every dollar a man makes, and that discrepancy is even greater for women of color. A landmark Supreme Court decision in the United States helped to improve gay rights in June of 2015, but many in the U.S. still oppose marriage equality. All these changes are great milestones, but there are still subversive equality issues that are much more difficult to abolish. To truly honor King, we must all come together and show compassion and tolerance for those who are different.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. And I can't change, even if I tried.
That's all for today, Wildcats. Until next week, I'm Scout Turner.
And I'm Sophia Caputo. Have a great day, Mount Si, and
Go Cats. Meow.